Empire Crypto TV. How are you out there? This is Stone. You are watching the show live here in the African continent, trying to figure out what's happening in the market. But of course, it's the weekend. What can happen in the weekend? I chose particularly cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin because why? Because unlike some other traditional markets, by the end of today or by midnight, most of your currency markets, your stock markets will be closed. But the crypto market will be going on Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday, and up until Monday. We've been witnessing this bullish trend and what can happen and what can take place in the market during that time in the weekend. We'll try to analyze that because we do not have shows that analyzes during the weekend. So we're going to try and analyze ahead of time. And still, I'm looking at my 1 hour chart, which is quite effective. And we are on that Elliott wave, and I had the show yesterday and still showcasing the same theory, the Elliott wave theory, which is quite apparent right now. Bitcoin trading a little higher than it was this morning. And then it had that retracement right here, like I was saying. And now the buyers, I think they are looking to buy the dip, or the investors, buyers or traders. Okay, so I just use the word investors. Whether you are a trader or whether you are a speculator, you are a trader as a whole. And as you can see, there is that dip that I was talking about. Most traders have just bought into that dip, and the market fell at its lowest at $44,000 per coin. Right now, it's at $46,000 per coin, looking to stretch up. But I do understand this, that by later tonight, midnight, the market might regress a little bit, going back to your $45,000 zones, just to get ready for the weekend, just to strengthen that dip. And once the dip is relevant, and then the buyers, maybe early Saturday morning, as early as midnight, during the night, the buyers can come in and start buying the dip for Bitcoin. And we are of course going for that fifth wave, because right now we're on our fourth wave. Remember, we have five wave theories that take place in the Elliott wave theory. Right now we are on the fourth one. Okay, and then now after this, now we are on this dip. Okay, the dip just occurred right here, as you saw on the chart. And after that, we're going to start seeing the fifth wave going through. And possibly it's something that's going to happen from the beginning of the weekend, or this fifth wave will begin in the weekend. And this fifth wave does entail, a lot of hysteria. At this point, most of the people get on the cryptocurrency and is most driven by hysteria. So I'm wondering what kind of hysteria will it be driven by? But me, most certainly, it is the obvious hysterias of the Bitcoin going up and the excitement of things normalizing, from the war. Although the war is still there, but people are trying to normalize things on the other side of the world. The world is not the whole world is at war, of course, but a particular region in Europe is at war. But things are trying to normalize. And yet again, we are still seeing the market being aggressively bullish. And yet again, we are going to see the market regressing, I think, midnight. Okay, and after midnight, going into Saturday, going into Sunday, then we're going to see the market trying to pull back to its 50,000 mark through this Elliott wave theory, and we are going for the fifth wave. I'm also looking at an indicator as well. So I'm not only looking at the one side of the market, but I'm also analyzing the indicator, which is my moving average cross, and seeing my red line, which is the faster moving average, is above, far above, mind you, far above. You see this separation right there. It does tell you a lot about this bullish trend that it's going to continue for some time. But if you had to see the close, the how close the 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 moving average would have been, then you would have known that there could have been a bearish trend taking place anytime soon. But that's not going to happen now, especially going into the weekend and especially going for next week as well. We will be experiencing a strong bullish trend within the market as it's revealed by the indicator, and also the price action, and also the common pattern which is known as the Elliott wave theory. Okay, let us look at the market overall market sentiment that we can look at is your cryptocurrency coin market cap. Still at let me just see the coin market cap for today. For the past 24 hours, I think it's still at 2 trillion 139 million 268,881, and no, 881,074. So it's at that 2 trillion mark right now. And obviously BTC being the dominant cryptocurrency at 41, at over 41%. And of course, there is still 18,000 cryptocurrencies in coin market cap. Now, let us look at the biggest gainers at the top 10. I think the biggest gainer would be Solana. Solana has been the biggest gainer in the past 24 hours and in the 7 days a week. And there is a story that came out because of Solana's doing so well, coming out from the Solana community. Why Solana jumped again today? Okay, the story goes to say what happened. Cryptocurrency Solana 8.11% jumped double digits in early trading on Thursday, following a big gain on Wednesday as of 11:45 AM ET. The value of the cryptocurrency was up 4.1% in the last 24 hours and had traded as much as 6.2% higher. Solana is up 25.1% over the last week. So this has been a strong run, and the value is rising on the cryptocurrencies fall today. Okay, so what says the article? Investors continue to pour into Solana as businesses begin to take it more seriously. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase Global recently started trading for some Solana-based tokens, and yesterday OpenSea and said it will start carrying about 50 Solana non-fungible tokens. So major moves are happening within the project itself in Solana. A lot of investors who primarily trade in Bitcoin or Ethereum may not realize what's being built on Solana. So these moves bring exposure to the ecosystem in time. That should lead to even more investment and higher values for Solana and its token as real businesses are built on the blockchain. Of course, the Solana chart. Let me just say the chart as well. 132 being the strongest gainer. Right there, look at that. It's a 1-day chart. By the way, if you can notice here, now I have my indicator here. I do believe that Solana also has the strength of making it higher than 140 this coming weekend, or 145 going up. But right now, Solana is at 132. By the strength and its growth and its optimism that has been laid, including this article that I just read, it is a clear indication that this project has the potential of going higher and higher. If you look at my relative strength index right here, it's even overbought. You see, it just got out of that zone, that purple zone. Okay, I call it the closed zone. That closed zone has been broken out and it is above 70. And when the instrument in the relative strength index indicator, or the RSI indicator, is 70 and above, then that instrument is considered to be overbought. So these conditions simply mean that the instrument is expensive. So we might see a little bit of regression, a little bit, maybe not, but a little bit of regression from the Solana going into the midnight joint for the trading before we begin for the weekend. So this strong relative strength index, this strong buy can also conversely come back and be a strong sell out, but not yet. Looking at things how they are and seeing the news that there are people who are entrusting themselves with the investment with the Solana project, which is quite brilliant. So Solana being the biggest gainer this weekend. So watch out for this weekend for Solana and BTC gains. Out of all the cryptocurrencies in our top 10, Solana is the biggest gain. I do believe this coming weekend as well, it will do as well as it did this past week as well. So just watch out for that one. Okay, let us just look at the news on the overall market. Even the traditional market do or does affect the cryptocurrencies, okay, particularly in the Wall Streets. Okay, Wall Street opens up as jobs report signals labor market strength, though up 100 points. But if you look at the stock market, like your indices, commodities, and your stocks, they are not doing so well as the cryptocurrencies would be doing so well. So it's not all the time that these stocks and cryptocurrencies are moving in a hurdle. Cryptocurrencies right now, they are flowing on their own, on their bullish trend right now. So most people going into the weekend, as much as most traditional markets will be closed, going into the weekend, the cryptocurrency market will be open and available. This can also be the pushing, or this would be the push of cryptocurrency's bullish trend as well. Okay, US stock markets open higher on Friday, supported by a jobs report that showed the labor market still in good health despite concerns about inflation and prospective higher interest rates. Of course, what happens within the country is extremely difficult to determine the currency itself of that particular country, because there's so many elements that are affecting that particular country's currency. For instance, the dollar itself, you would not understand how will it be affected. But that's something that I'm going to look at for Monday, because also the forex market is meant to close this midnight, and when it's closed it's going to be quiet. So sometimes it's not as important to analyze such markets, because they're going to be closing anytime soon, unless you're going to be trading for the closing market. But it's better to let you know about what's going to take place over the weekend, like the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space that are going to continuously be running on the weekend. Yes, of course. Let's see what happens. Bitcoin right now trading at 46,493.21 per coin. Let's see what happens on this weekend. Okay, have a good weekend. And this is Stone. It has been a good one. Thank you for joining me this week and this evening. And I think I do have some comments right here, about 5 of them. I just would like to read them, of course. And then it's Mr. Okay, I don't know the name properly. Kwete Sauli. Okay, wow, I'm listening, sir. Thank you very much for listening, sir. I hope you take most of this information, if you are a new trader, as valuable as well. And then, okay, somebody said no sound. What you mean no sound? There is sound here. I have all the sound, man. Venetia Govender. Okay, there is sound here. All right. All right, and then I have a huge one here. Lungile Taba, can you dwell much on why is growing up, why Solana is growing up? Because around January on Crypto Empire TV, there was an article saying Solana has blockchain problems. I think their blockchain was overcrowded. Okay, well, that is like back in January, okay, when we predicted about Solana. Well, I can tell you what's happening currently right now. News can change, because the sources that I also receive about any cryptocurrency for that aspect is based on the information that the project or the project managers are providing. And I'm just here to just discern the information and just give it to the people who are viewing. But for now, you say I must dwell more on the Solana, but I cannot dwell more on the Solana because the only information that I have right now is because of these investors or this optimistic investment that is taking place within the project. Internally speaking, that remains to be revealed. There is more and more that is going to be revealed about Solana. Same as the NFT project that came out as well, like your body arch ape. There's still more information that I'm still seeking because there is also internal issues and internal problems that are happening within the project. As soon as that surfaces, then I can also bring that up and also do a market analysis of on them. Okay, thank you very much for your comments and thank you for joining me. This has been a great evening. This is Empire Crypto TV. See you next time. Thank you. Have a good one.